I am back on Guntersville this morning on the lower end of the lake even more. We're gonna do a little bit different type fishing. Wanted to see if I could catch more on a frog. Really beautiful conditions. It's cooler. The weather is false fall. So first weekend of college football is here, and that's normally a good sign of when fishing picks up. And also folks will get off the water. But maybe not this weekend, the game is in Ireland, but anyway, we're here in Honeycomb. There's a few places I'm gonna go try. Throw Cinco around perhaps, and then we're gonna go maybe throw a frog in the back and see if we can't catch one. Beautiful conditions. This little buddy's scarred up. These Spro frogs, when you buy them, you'll hear people talking about them. They're very hard to buy right off the shelf. What I would recommend doing if you're going to buy frogs, and you have to do this in a very kind way, and make sure you don't look like you're trying to steal anything. But I buy all my frogs in the store because these Spro frogs are so inconsistent. You'll get one that's incredibly soft and ready to go, and you'll get one that honestly feels, I mean, like you're squeezing onto an inflated car tire, that sort of thickness. Now they will all catch fish, but those that are softer, they just tend to have a little bit better action. I do cut the legs on mine. I will cut them uneven like that. To me, that gives it a little bit better walking action. You can cut them shorter than that, but if you cut them shorter than that, you can't add length back, so just be careful doing that. That kind of how that is. I'll cut maybe a ½ inch off one side, and then the other one I'll maybe cut 1.5 inches off of, and it kind of gives it that bob and walk like that. But to the point about the frogs, if you have some stiff ones, people do bull them and to soften them up, but that's one way to do it. You certainly can do that. There's videos on how to do it, but man, you go there and they got a peg full of frogs in a color you want. Squeeze them and you'll notice a difference. I used to work in a tackle store, and I would pull all the frogs out and squeeze them and see which ones I like. If you do that, make sure you put them in the package the way they go, but people know what you're doing if they see you doing that. As far as frog colors on Guntersville, we can go ahead and talk about that really quick while we're going here. This is the extent of my frog box. There are a few tied on my baits, but you're gonna be hard pressed to go wrong with these colors. Killer Gill, there's a soft one that I picked out. Killer Gill is a great one. I have several of those. And then there's one I have tied on, I don't have a lot of in the Spro Bronzeeye. It's called Flashy AYU. It's got a glitter belly like this one. I really started throwing that one a lot last year, but the little nasty shad, this is a really good one. You may see me throwing that one later. Blacks, silver bellies, things that look like shad and bluegills. That's why Killer Gill's so well. We might throw that one a little bit later. This one's Barney. I have caught fish on Barney. Probably doesn't matter. And I will throw the popping frogs. I've actually probably caught more fish on a frog on this one. And this one in black or natural red. But it's a different type of frog fishing. It's more of a big action. These type frogs are better to me for open water and like this, edges of stuff. The heavy match, you may use some of these other frogs. That's a snag proof one. See how soft those are? It's like anything. You can buy a bunch of stuff, but you don't need all this. This one in the fall, I think this one may be called Green Pumpkin, is a really good one. I don't know why. I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but they seem to really like this one at times. So we got a little baby Barney. But you see, the most part, I mostly throw Spro frogs. I have some other brands in here, and other brands make good frogs, but I've just caught so many fish on these over the years that I really like them. Oh, these are really soft. But yeah, a mix of whites silvers and blacks or brownish colors. That's really all you need. I don't really like these type frogs. I have not caught much on these yet. I do have some of the Tackle ones, and I've gotten a few fish on, but you know, I know it's a different noise, but you keep it simple. If you had to have one frog to fish this lake, you know, one of these two right here or the one I have tied on, you catch just as many fish probably. Matter of fact, let's throw this little, let's put this guy to where we can get to him. All right. Well, that's a frog lesson for you. Man, this is all different. This is all normally very grassed in. There we go. Okay, come here. Remember when I talked about all those dark black fish? That's still how I'm talking about. See how dark that fish is? See how he ate that frog? Oh yeah. All right. Well, that's a nice one. Beautiful fish. Let him go. This looks so much different. All right, let's see if we can get a follow-up. I got in some of that eelgrass, I think. Golly. Come on. Come on. Okay, maybe it. Come on. That's a nice explosion, huh? Come on. Hit that. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about with the follow-up bait. I really want that mat. You want to get right out there kind of on the edge where there's a little open water or near that hard edge. There could be one in that matted stuff, but with it being a little cloudy and having a little wind on it, you kind of want to be, let them sneak. There he is. Okay. Okay. Not a big one, but a lot of fun. Spro Bronzeeye, give it a little. Okay, come on, come on. Go. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Come on, 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 come on. Yes. Frog down the throat. Nice fish. Wasn't no waiting on him. I don't have the good pliers, but boy, that's a nice fish. Another long one. Look clean. Don't. Come on, come on. Uh-oh. Come on. Maybe he's still on there. I think he might be. Come on. Come on. Is he still on there? Is he still on there? Yeah, he's still on there. All right. There you go. About that one. That's a nice one. Got it like right how we wanted it. Really enjoyed the morning on Gunnersville, checking out some of these fish in the backs of the creeks, and there's some nice fish starting to move back here, and the fish I caught were really clean. A few of them were really dark and lived back here. There were some that were incredibly white, so it makes me think those fish are really moving in the backs of creeks now. The frog I was using is the Spro Bronzeeye Junior. That is white black, I believe is the color. It's one of my favorite. I talk about different frogs I use on Gunnersville in the video, but that little small profile, I really do like throwing it more so right now than some of the other ones. It seems to get a lot of bites. It looks really natural. You'll see in the video, it really looks natural flitting around there. But man, had a great time, and I'll get the camera angle fixed in some of these videos, but what a great time. Better get to Lake Gunnersville or get on the water in general, because better fishing is here and it's only going to get better.